Chapter 1: Roots of Resilience. In the heart of a quiet, forgotten town in the southern part of the United States, a determined young boy named Jake navigated the challenges of life with a tenacity that belied his years. The specter of his father's departure at the age of 5 left an indelible mark on Jake, fueling a deep-seated hatred that simmered beneath the surface. "Mom, why did Dad leave? Was it something I did?" Jake's voice trembled with a mix of innocence and pain as he confronted his mother, Linda, while they sat around their modest dinner table. Linda sighed, her eyes reflecting both sadness and strength. "No, sweetheart, it wasn't your fault. Your father had his own struggles. We can't change the past, but we can focus on building our future." The worn-out house seemed to groan with the weight of unspoken history as Jake's 6-year-old sister, Lily, chimed in with a wide-eyed innocence that momentarily lifted the somber mood. "Mommy, can we have ice cream after dinner?" A small smile played on Linda's lips as she ruffled Lily's hair. "Of course, sweetie. Ice cream sounds like a perfect idea." As the family shared dinner, the conversation shifted to Jake's day at school. Linda probed gently. "How was your day, Jake?" Jake hesitated, his gaze dropping to his plate. "It was okay, I guess." Lily, always attuned to her brother's moods, piped up. "Did you make a friend today, Jake?" Jake managed a weak smile, appreciating Lily's attempt to brighten the atmosphere. "Not today, Lily, but maybe soon." Despite the warmth of their home, Jake carried the weight of solitude at school. He was a loner, finding solace in the world of books and the echoes of his dreams. One friend, a fellow loner named Mike, was a constant companion in their shared journey through the corridors of high school. The next morning, as Jake walked to school, a sense of dread gnawed at him. The teachers had never understood the turmoil beneath his stoic exterior. As he navigated the hallways, Mr. Anderson, a stern-faced teacher, intercepted him. "Jake, we need to talk. Your grades are slipping, and your behavior in class is unacceptable. What's going on?" Jake shuffled uncomfortably, his eyes avoiding Mr. Anderson's piercing gaze. I'm just going through some stuff, sir. It won't happen again." But it did. The cycle of misunderstanding continued, and Jake found himself at odds with the educational system that couldn't see beyond his quiet demeanor. The worn-out house, a silent witness to struggles both spoken and unspoken, became Jake's refuge. As he navigated the challenges of a fractured family, school troubles, and the solitude that clung to him like a shadow, a spark flickered in his eyes, an unspoken determination to rise above his circumstances. The dream of becoming an American football gridiron athlete became Jake's sanctuary, a beacon of hope in a life that seemed determined to test his resilience. The next day at school loomed, and with it, the potential for both confrontation and redemption in the unforgiving halls of academia. Chapter 2: The Grind. As Jake ventured into his 17th year, the dusty field behind the high school became a crucible for his dreams. The sun-soaked afternoons and crisp evenings were dedicated to perfecting plays, sharpening skills, and enduring the grueling demands of football practice. The coach, a seasoned figure with a weathered face that bore the scars of countless battles, recognized something special in Jake's raw determination. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the makeshift field, Coach Miller approached Jake. "You've got potential, Jake. But potential alone won't cut it. It's the grind, the hard work, that'll take you places. You ready for that?" Jake, beads of sweat glistening on his forehead, nodded resolutely. "Coach, I'm all in. This is my ticket out of here, out of all this." Coach Miller's eyes softened with understanding. "Football ain't just a game, son. It's a way out, a way to prove yourself. But remember, you're not alone in this. Your teammates, they're your brothers on and off the field." The small town, once silent in its struggles, now hummed with the collective anticipation of witnessing one of their own defy the odds. Community fundraisers sprang up like wildflowers, their purpose clear: to support Jake's journey to college and the potential escape from the confines of their forgotten town. One evening, after a particularly grueling practice, Mike, Jake's loner friend, approached him. "You're really pushing yourself, Jake. What's driving you so hard?" Jake wiped the sweat from his brow, his gaze fixed on the distant horizon. I've got to get out of here, Mike. I can't let this town define me. Football's my way out. Mike, understanding the weight of dreams and the desire for something more, nodded. I get it, man. Just don't forget who your real friends are when you're up there. Balancing the rigors of high school, part-time work, and football practice was no easy feat. Late nights blurred into early mornings, and fatigue etched lines on Jake's determined face. Yet, with each passing day, his passion for the sport and the promise it held fueled an unyielding fire within him. One evening, as Jake returned home, Linda, weary yet proud, eyed him with concern. Jake, you're pushing yourself too hard. You need to rest, sweetheart. Jake, his body aching but his spirit unbroken, replied, I can't afford to rest, Mom. Not if I want to make it out of here. Linda sighed, a mix of worry and understanding in her eyes. Just promise me you won't forget to take care of yourself, Jake. You've got a family that loves you, no matter what. The small town's perception of Jake underwent a metamorphosis. He was no longer just the boy from the rundown house. He was a symbol of hope, a testament to the possibility of triumph over adversity. The worn-out house, though silent, seemed to absorb the echoes of determination and dreams that now filled its worn-out rooms. The dusty field, a proving ground for Jake's aspirations, held the imprints of countless struggles, victories, and the unspoken promise of a future beyond its boundaries. The chapter of The Grind unfolded with dialogue woven into the very fabric of Jake's journey, each conversation leaving an indelible mark on the pages of his pursuit for something greater. Chapter 3: Shattered Illusions. Amid the quiet hum of the town, Jake's determination found itself put to the test as the realities of life began to unfold. Balancing school, work, and football became a precarious juggling act. The small victories on the field were tempered by the mounting challenges off it. One evening, as Jake sat with his textbooks spread before him, his little sister, Lily, bounced into the room, her eyes filled with unbridled enthusiasm. Jake, guess what? I made this drawing for you. She thrust a crumpled piece of paper into his hands. Jake, a tired smile breaking through his stern expression, unfolded the paper. Wow, Lily, this is amazing! What's it supposed to be? Lily beamed, her eyes sparkling. It's you, Jake, with a big football and a shiny trophy. 'Cause you're gonna be the best. His sister's unwavering faith injected a momentary respite into Jake's chaotic world. Thanks, Lily. I'll keep it with me always. Yet the challenges persisted. The academic workload intensified, and the demands of his part-time job left Jake stretched thin. One day, as he hurriedly moved through the crowded halls of the high school, a stern voice called out behind him. It was Mr. Harris, his history teacher. Jake, a word, please. Mr. Harris's brow furrowed with concern. Jake, somewhat taken aback, followed Mr. Harris into an empty classroom. Is everything okay, Mr. Harris? The teacher sighed, his gaze fixed on Jake. Your grades are slipping, Jake. You're a bright kid, but I'm worried you're overextending yourself. You need to find a balance. Jake, defensive yet vulnerable, retorted. I'm doing what I have to do, sir. Football's my way out of here. Mr. Harris, a hint of empathy in his eyes, nodded. I get that, Jake. But don't sacrifice your future for a dream. Education is your ticket too. Find a way to balance both. The words lingered in Jake's mind, a dissonant harmony to the cheers that awaited him on the football field. As the weeks went by, the strain of his responsibilities began to wear on him. Mike, ever the silent supporter, noticed the toll it was taking. Jake, you're pushing yourself too hard. I've seen you skipping meals, staying up late. It's not sustainable. Mike voiced his concern one evening after practice. Jake, beads of sweat mingling with the weariness on his face, shot back. I have to do this, Mike. I can't let everything fall apart. Mike, a friend who understood the weight of dreams, placed a hand on Jake's shoulder. But you can't do it all alone. Let people help you, man. That's what friends are for. In the quiet moments before sleep claimed him each night, Jake grappled with the fractures in his carefully constructed facade. The chapter of Shattered Illusions unfolded with the harsh realities of responsibility and the delicate balance between dreams and the demands of reality, leaving Jake at a crossroads that no amount of determination could easily navigate. Chapter 4: Torn Allegiances. The looming specter of responsibility cast its shadows over Jake's aspirations. School, work, and football wrestled for dominance, each demanding a share of his time and energy. As the weeks passed, Jake found himself caught in a web of conflicting obligations. One crisp autumn day, Lily tugged at Jake's sleeve as he hunched over his homework. "Jake, Mom said you have to help with dinner tonight. She's making your favorite." Jake, torn between the pile of textbooks and the joyous anticipation in Lily's eyes, sighed. "Tell Mom I'll be there in a bit, Lily. Just need to finish this." But as the hours rolled on, "in a bit" turned into "a little longer," and soon, the tantalizing aroma of his favorite dish wafted into his room. Lily, her enthusiasm dimmed, stood at the doorway. "You promised, Jake." His mother, disappointment etched on her face, stepped in. "Jake, family comes first. You can't keep neglecting everything for football and work." Struggling to balance the scales, Jake felt the guilt gnaw at him. The following week, the strain spilled into the classroom. Mr. Harris, noticing the continued decline in Jake's performance, summoned him after class. "Jake, we need to talk again." Mr. Harris maintained a steady gaze. "Your grades are slipping further. It's affecting your future, and I can't stand idly by." Jake, defensive yet with a flicker of acknowledgement, mumbled, "I'm trying, Mr. Harris. But everything's piling up, and I can't let my family down." Mr. Harris, empathetic yet firm, replied, "Football can open doors, but education is the key. You need a plan, Jake. A balance. You can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders." As Jake grappled with these conflicting demands, a confrontation awaited him on the football field. Coach Thompson, noticing Jake's waning performance in practices, called him aside. "You're not at your best, Jake. Something's on your mind. Talk to me." The loner, accustomed to keeping his struggles hidden, hesitated. Coach Thompson, a mentor who understood the battles beyond the field, persisted. "You're part of a team, Jake. We support each other. Share the burden." With a heavy heart, Jake divulged the challenges clouding his path. The coach, a sage figure hardened by life's trials, offered guidance. "You're not alone in this, Jake. Let us help you. We're a team, on and off the field." As Jake began to untangle the knots binding him, the allegiances between family, education, and football became a tapestry of compromises and choices. The chapter of Torn Allegiances saw Jake confronting the intricate dance of responsibilities, forcing him to reassess his priorities and rediscover the strength in relying on those who stood beside him. Chapter 5: Challenges and Growth. In the heart of college life, Jake navigated the demanding landscape, each day a new page in the unfolding chapter of challenges and growth. The football field, different from the dusty one back home, became a sanctuary amid the rigorous drills and intense practices. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jake found solace in the camaraderie of his teammates. The locker room buzzed with banter and shared triumphs. Mike, a teammate, slapped Jake on the back. "You got this, Jake! Millfield won't know what hit them." Tom, another teammate, grinned. "Did you see Coach's face when you pulled off that move? You're going places, my man." Late at night, during a study session with Mark, Jake's college roommate, the dual life of academics and football surfaced. Mark glanced at Jake's notes. "You're really putting in the work, huh? Living two lives, academics and football." Jake smiled. "Gotta make the most of this opportunity. It's not just about the game." Triumphs on the field intertwined with challenges in academics. Victory celebrations echoed through the campus, but behind closed doors, conversations delved into the intricacies of both. Emily, a close friend, voiced her concern over coffee. "You looked incredible out there, but are you okay? You took quite a hit." Jake nodded. "It's part of the game. Besides, the team needs me. Late-night calls home painted a vivid picture of Jake's journey to his family. Linda, Jake's mother, expressed her pride over the phone. "I saw the game online. You're making the town proud, Jake." Lily, Jake's sister, chimed in with excitement. "Jake, did you see the banner they put up at the high school? You're like a superhero." The small town, though physically distant, remained a silent supporter. Conversations with family and friends were threads weaving through the narrative, adding depth to the story of triumphs and trials on the grand stage of college football. As Jake navigated the complexities of balancing academics, relationships, and the demands of the game, the chapter of challenges and growth unfolded in the subtle exchanges of words that echoed the heartbeat of his collegiate experience. Chapter 6: Bonds and Friendships. Within the bustling corridors of college life, Jake discovered that the bonds formed on the football field extended beyond camaraderie. They were threads weaving a tapestry of friendships that transcended the game. Late-night study sessions turned into shared moments of academic triumphs and struggles. In the dormitory, laughter echoed through the hallways as Jake, Mark, and a few other teammates shared stories and dreams. The room became a hub of encouragement and camaraderie, each teammate offering a unique perspective on the challenges of balancing college and football. Mark glanced at Jake. "You know, you've become more than just a roommate. You're like a brother, man." Jake chuckled. "Who would have thought football would bring us all together like this?" As the seasons unfolded, the friendships extended beyond the confines of the college campus. Teammates became travel companions, exploring the vibrant tapestry of the town beyond their athletic endeavors. One afternoon, Emily and Jake strolled through the town, reminiscing about the journey. "It's crazy how our lives have changed," Emily said, her eyes reflecting the shared memories. Jake nodded. "Back in high school, who would have thought we'd end up here, making memories together?" As relationships bloomed off the field, Jake navigated the complexities of college romance. Conversations with friends offered insights and comic relief amid the intense demands of academics and football. Mike teasingly nudged Jake. "You've got that distant look again. Thinking about Emily?" Jake grinned. "Maybe. She keeps me grounded amidst all the chaos." Late-night phone calls with Linda and Lily continued, bridging the physical distance between college and the small town. The worn-out house and the dusty field back home became anchors in conversations, a reminder of the roots that grounded Jake in moments of triumph and vulnerability alike. During a break, as Jake returned to the small town, the community organized a welcome-back event. Old friends and familiar faces gathered, and amidst the celebration, conversations flowed like a melody. Linda hugged Jake. "You've got a whole town supporting you, Jake. We're with you every step of the way." As Jake interacted with friends and family, he realized the profound impact of his journey on the town. The worn-out house, the dusty field, and the camaraderie of friendships became integral chapters in the story of a small-town boy turned college athlete. Chapter 6 unfolded with a rhythm that mirrored the heartbeat of a small community connected to the grand spectacle of college football. The dialogues between characters painted vibrant strokes on the canvas of Jake's narrative, adding layers to the resilient tale of bonds and friendships. Chapter 7: Crossroads of Choices. Amidst the whirlwind of college life, Jake found himself at a crossroads, facing decisions that would shape his future. Late-night discussions with Mark and Emily became the compass guiding him through the maze of choices. In the quiet corner of their favorite cafe, Jake sipped his coffee as Emily looked at him intently. "You've got a big decision ahead, Jake. What's on your mind?" Mark leaned in, eager to hear Jake's thoughts. "Yeah, spill it. We're here for you, man." Jake sighed, grappling with the weight of uncertainty. "I've been offered a chance to intern with a renowned sports agency. It's a golden opportunity, but it means being away from the team and the town for a while." Emily nodded, understanding the dilemma. "That's a tough call. What does your gut say?" As Jake contemplated, the conversation turned into a thoughtful exploration of dreams, aspirations, and the delicate balance between personal and professional pursuits. Mark shared his own experiences, emphasizing the importance of following one's passion. Days turned into nights as Jake pondered the pros and cons of the internship. Conversations with his family back home brought in diverse perspectives, each member offering valuable insights. Lily, over a phone call, chimed in. Sometimes you've got to take risks, Jake. If it feels right, go for it. We're here cheering you on. The college football coach, recognizing Jake's potential, also weighed in during a one-on-one meeting. Life's a series of choices, son. Make sure the path you choose aligns with your heart. Success follows passion. The town, too, became a sounding board for Jake's thoughts. Conversations with old friends and familiar faces added emotional depth to the decision-making process. The dusty field, once a playground, now witnessed the introspection of a young man at the crossroads of his journey. In the end, Jake made his decision, guided by the wisdom gleaned from conversations with those who mattered most. Chapter 7 unfolded as a testament to the power of dialogue, the exchange of ideas shaping the narrative of Jake's evolving story. Chapter 8 Crossroads of Relationship. The college campus hummed with activity, a vibrant backdrop to Jake's journey. Amidst the academic rigors and football practices, conversations became the heartbeat of his collegiate experience. Late one evening, Jake found himself in the campus cafe, a haven of warmth and chatter. Seated with his teammates, the dialogue flowed effortlessly. Mike, his closest friend and confidant, shared a laugh about an inside joke from their high school days. "Remember that crazy play coach pulled off? Man, those were the times." Mike grinned, stirring the memories that bound them together. Coach Williams, a mentor both on and off the field, joined the table. The conversation shifted from football strategy to life's complexities. "Relationships, gentlemen, are like the game. You need strategy, communication, and sometimes a bit of luck," Coach mused, imparting wisdom that transcended the field. On a crisp autumn day, Emily, Jake's partner, accompanied him for a stroll under the campus stars. The exchange of dreams and fears became a silent understanding between them. "You're not just chasing a football, Jake. You're chasing your dreams, and I want to be there with you," Emily shared, her words a testament to the delicate balance they were navigating. Late-night phone calls to the small town bridged the physical distance. Linda's voice, a constant anchor, echoed through the receiver. "Relationships are like roots, Jake. They keep you grounded. Don't forget where you come from," she reminded him, the worn-out house standing as a silent witness to their conversation. The worn-out house, with its creaking floorboards, became the stage for heart-to-heart talks between Jake and Linda. As they sat in the dimly lit living room, the flickering light casting shadows on the walls, they delved into the complexities of love, the sacrifices made for dreams, and the enduring strength of familial bonds. In the crossroads of relationship, conversations became the threads that wove Jake's collegiate narrative. Each interaction added depth to the story, showcasing the intricate dance between ambition and love, friendship and mentorship. Chapter 8 unfolded, a symphony of dialogues that defined the relationships shaping Jake's journey. Chapter 9 Unveiling Truths. As the college seasons progressed, Jake found himself entangled in a web of revelations, emotions, and unexpected twists. The small town, though physically distant, continued to be a backdrop to his evolving tale. Amid the pressure of exams and rigorous football practices, Jake received an unexpected message. A familiar face from high school, Mark, reached out. They decided to meet at a quiet corner of the campus, surrounded by the autumn hues. Mark's eyes held a mix of vulnerability and uncertainty. "Jake, I need to talk to you about something," he began hesitantly. As the conversation unfolded, hidden truths emerged. Mark shared the struggles he faced since high school, the battles he fought alone. The weight of his confessions hung in the air, adding an unexpected layer of drama to Jake's journey. In the wake of Mark's revelations, Jake found himself grappling with conflicting emotions. The small town, once a symbol of unity, now mirrored the complexities of human relationships. Late-night calls to Linda became moments of solace, the worn-out house echoing with the unspoken dramas unfolding in the collegiate arena. Friendships, once unshakable, faced strains. Mike, sensing Jake's inner turmoil, confronted him after practice. "You've been distant, man. What's going on?" Mike's words cut through the air, forcing Jake to confront the ripple effects of the truths unveiled. As the drama intensified, Emily became Jake's anchor. Their conversations became a refuge, a space where vulnerabilities could be laid bare. Life throws curveballs, Jake. It's how you swing that matters. Emily's words held a wisdom that resonated with the challenges they faced. The worn-out house, often a silent witness, now stood as a symbol of the hidden complexities within relationships. Linda, in her quiet strength, reminded Jake that truth, though painful, was the pathway to healing. The dusty field, once a stage for dreams, now bore witness to the unfolding drama in the grand tapestry of Jake's life. Chapter 9 became a turning point, marked by conversations that unraveled truths, strained friendships, and tested the resilience of bonds. The drama, like a storm, cast shadows over the small town, leaving Jake standing at the crossroads of relationships, uncertain of the path that lay ahead. Chapter 10 Echoes of Betrayal. The crisp winter air gripped the small town, casting a frosty haze over its familiar landmarks. Jake, still grappling with the revelations of Chapter 9, found himself navigating an intricate dance of emotions, conversations, and unexpected betrayals. A clandestine meeting took place in the shadows of the college library. Mike, with a somber expression, confronted Jake about the newfound information. "Why didn't you tell me, Jake? We've been friends for years," he demanded, his voice laced with a mix of hurt and betrayal. The weight of unspoken truths echoed in the library's silence. As friendships trembled under the weight of secrets, Emily found herself caught in the crossfire. A chilly afternoon by the campus lake became the stage for a confrontation. "You knew, Emily. Why didn't you say anything?" Jake's accusation hung in the air, shattering the tranquility of the frozen landscape. The drama intensified as Linda, sensing the fractures in Jake's relationships, offered a perspective that added another layer to the unfolding narrative. "Sometimes the truth is a double-edged sword. It cuts deep, but only through that pain can we find healing," she said, her words weaving a delicate balance between acceptance and conflict. The small town, once a haven, now mirrored the fractures within Jake's world. Conversations turned into battlegrounds, and the echoes of betrayal reverberated through the relationships that had weathered storms before. Amid the drama, new alliances formed, and old ones crumbled, leaving Jake to navigate the icy paths of college life. Late-night phone calls with Emily became a lifeline, the warmth of her words providing solace in the chilly landscape of shifting loyalties. The worn-out house, once a symbol of stability, now bore witness to the tumultuous chapters of Jake's collegiate journey. As Chapter 10 unfolded, the drama reached a crescendo, leaving Jake standing at the intersection of loyalty and betrayal. The small town, now cloaked in winter's embrace, held secrets that whispered through the icy winds, hinting at the challenges yet to come in the intricate tapestry of Jake's life. Chapter 11 Whispers of Reconciliation. The aftermath of the revelations in Chapter 10 left a lingering tension in the air. Jake, grappling with the fractures in his friendships, sought solace in the familiar corners of the college library. As he buried himself in the pages of his textbooks, the weight of unspoken words hung heavily on his shoulders. In the midst of this turmoil, Emily emerged as a steadfast companion. Their late-night conversations turned into a sanctuary, providing a haven where unfiltered thoughts flowed freely. "Sometimes, Jake, the hardest part is not knowing what to say, but finding the courage to say it," Emily remarked, her words a gentle reminder of the power of communication. Meanwhile, the school corridors buzzed with speculation about the strained relationships that had become the talk of the town. A chance encounter between Jake and Mike in the cafeteria opened a door to conversation. Awkward silences punctuated by hesitant words marked the beginning of a fragile reconciliation. Underneath the weight of unresolved conflicts, the once loner Jake found unexpected allies. A group project brought him closer to classmates he had never connected with before. In the collaborative effort, conversations flowed effortlessly, breaking down the walls that had kept him isolated for so long. Linda, sensing the need for healing, orchestrated a gathering at her cozy apartment. Surrounded by friends and flickering candlelight, the characters began to unravel their emotions. In the shared vulnerability, conversations turned into bridges of understanding, mending the tears in the fabric of their relationships. As winter loosened its grip on the small town, so did the icy barriers that had separated Jake from his peers. Conversations became the threads weaving a tapestry of reconciliation, each word a step towards understanding and forgiveness. By the end of Chapter 11, the small town breathed a sigh of relief as the characters confronted their demons and embraced the power of dialogue. The whispers of reconciliation echoed through the college corridors, leaving the promise of renewed connections in the chapters yet to unfold. Chapter 12, Echoes of Resilience. The final chapter dawned, bringing with it a symphony of resolution and newfound resilience. The characters, once entangled in a web of misunderstandings, now stood at the crossroads of their shared journey. In the quiet corner of the town's coffee shop, Jake and Mike found themselves in a conversation that mirrored the changing seasons outside. "Life is a series of chapters, Mike," Jake reflected, stirring his coffee. "Sometimes, we need the storm to appreciate the calm that follows." Mike nodded, his gaze fixed on the swirling steam. "I never thought we'd come back from where we were. But I guess people change, perspectives shift." Their conversation was a tapestry of vulnerability and acceptance, each word unraveling the knots of resentment that had bound them. In the same coffee shop, Emily and Linda shared stories of growth and self-discovery, realizing that friendship, much like the seasons, had its ebb and flow. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the town square, the characters gathered for a final moment of reflection. The air was filled with laughter and the soft hum of conversations weaving through the chilly breeze. In a surprising turn of events, the once loner Jake found himself surrounded by a circle of friends. Each character had evolved, their arcs intersecting and intertwining, creating a mosaic of resilience and growth. The echoes of shared experiences resonated through their conversations, a testament to the enduring strength of human connections. The final pages of the story unfolded with a sense of closure and a promise of new beginnings. Conversations had become the cornerstone of their journey, mending broken ties and forging unbreakable bonds. The characters, like the town itself, embraced the ever-changing narrative of life. As the last sentence found its place on the page, the story concluded, leaving behind a tapestry of conversations that echoed in the hearts of readers. The characters had weathered the storms and emerged stronger, their stories intertwined in the delicate dance of dialogue and resilience. The small town, once divided, stood united in the shared wisdom that conversations could heal even the deepest wounds. And with that, the book closed, leaving the characters to live on in the hearts of those who had walked with them through the chapters of their lives.
Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this video, please show some love by hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and ringing the notification bell. Don't miss out on any upcoming episodes, we've got exciting content lined up just for you.